Hello everyone, my name is Richard Evans from Newtek, and we're coming to you live today to talk to you about the new Mini SDI hardware refresh. And joining me today is product specialist Donnie Oropeza.
Hey Richard, how are you doing today?
Doing good. Thanks for joining me today. So there's a lot of things we need to cover. So the first big thing that I want to talk about with these new Mini SDIs is big change is there are no more integrated screens on the side of them.
Right, and by removing that screen, we did a couple of different things. One is it allows us to regulate the temperature more within the Tricaster Mini itself. We get a lot more airflow coming into the system, and there's also less confusion about the display case taking up one of the display ports on the system. So it kind of opened it up to new things, gives us better optimizations that we can use some of the hardware for.
Right, and that's the next part, which is we made a lot of system performance increases to this system. For example, the graphics card.
Yeah, so we went out from using your standard graphics card that we had in the other minis to a more powerful Quadro card. This Quadro card itself, because it has better performance, allows us to get full use of the CUDA cores for increased quality, hardware sister encoding, streaming, but really it allows us to increase performance for some of the future proofs we plan on doing inside the software stack itself.
Nice. So you'll see that on the back of the system here, we now have those 4 mini display ports, which is identical to how we had those set up on the new Mini 4Ks as well. So you have options to add these.
Yes, and what these adapters are, they're just mini display and we include them with the Tricaster as well. So it'll be mini display. You'll get 3 that go to DisplayPort and then 1 that'll go to HDMI. So you have an option of adapters that you can use to connect those 4 display ports now.
So essentially you could go from having just your monitor and then use the 2 outputs on the front, SDI, and then 3 additional ones on the back to give you, what, 5 different outputs you can configure.
That's correct.
That's even better than before, so nice. Also, you'll notice on the back of the system is we have not 1, but 2 NIC cards.
And the 2 network cards really give us a couple of advantages. One, it allows us for doing load balancing, for bringing in NDI traffic in and out of the system, as before you only had 1. And you get the added benefit of having a fail-safe. So now you have 2 network ports that you can depend on, so you can allow more bandwidth to go through, fail-safe in case anything happens. So, you know, you're really setting yourself up nice. It's a great benefit to changing out some of that hardware.
Agreed. All right, and now a big feature that I know a lot of users have been concerned with all the other Tricaster Minis in the past have had Windows 7 on them, which of course Microsoft no longer supports. So a huge update to this, all of these Mini SDI models come with Windows 10.
And that really brings it in line with our other products, so TC1, 410 Plus, TC Mini 4K. Those are all Windows 10 base. So now so is the SDI Mini. There's a lot of schools and corporate facilities that are trying to get the Windows systems that are running Windows 7 off of their network. Being able to go in with a Windows 10 system will really help their IT departments.
Agreed. Also, we have moved away from the old spinning platter hard drives on these systems and now have upgraded those to solid-state drives.
Right, and the idea behind the Mini was so you'd have a portable device. Going with solid-state drives really gives you that advantage of it's going to be a lot more reliable because you're moving it around a lot, and because of the solid-state drives, you get enhanced Tricaster software performance, including the Windows boot up, which can now take just a matter of seconds in order for the system to turn on.
Yep, that's a big one. Also, you'll notice on the back we have new external storage options. Before we had USB 2.0, but now we also have USB 3.1 and USB-C ports.
Right, which we all know with the USB-C ports, you can get higher transfer rates, all the way up to 10 gigabits. So it's really nice having those ports change out. And a lot of the newer drives you get come with USB-C adapters, so now you can just use those right off the bat, plugging it into the system. So exactly. Well, and also because we expanded our recording capability, being able to plug in those drives really comes in handy.
Yep, agreed. Also, we have some additional updated internals, like for example, increased performance, and of course with the screen gone, we have some better flow of air going through the system.
And we have better reliability because we changed out some of the drives and everything. One of the other things we did change is the power supply adapters. Now with your TC Mini 4K, TC Mini SDI, we have an upgraded power supply brick for it, which will give you better reliability as well. And we're using those specifically with our Tricaster Mini SDI refresh and the 4K model.
Roger that. So don't combine them from the old systems. Just note. Okay, so for now, that's pretty much it for what Donnie and I have to talk about. If you do have some questions, feel free to throw those questions into the chat, and we will answer them to the best of our abilities.
And I will also say that Newtek does honor our trade-ins. We always have those available. So if somebody has an older Mini they want to go ahead and trade in, contact your local RSM or your sales specialist, and we'll help you work out with your customer what trade-in option is going to be for the best for them. But again, if anybody has any questions, we'll be more than happy to answer them for you.
So far, nothing in the chat. We're just that great of presenters to where we have answered every question across the board.
We're also going to post this video in Channeltivity as well, so if anybody wants to go and review it, they can go in and take a look at it. Maybe they may have answers that come up afterwards. I know a lot of times whenever I watch a seminar, I usually have no questions right off the bat, and then as soon as it's over, then I end up with like 5 or 6 questions that I have to get back with somebody. So this will be a nice time for them to review it later, and then of course there'll be some additional documentation. There'll be a PowerPoint that they can look at as well, and that'll just be under the Channeltivity site that they should have access to.
Perfect, cool.
If not, their inside sales rep can always help them as well, and we can get them access to the PowerPoint so they can take a look at it.
All right. So yeah, there's no chats in here, so I guess we can sign off. So thank you all so much for watching today. Again, this is Richard Evans and Donnie Oropeza from Newtek, showing you the brand new refresh of the Tricaster Mini SDI models. So stay tuned for more.
Thank you.